Now, let me show, you see the screen now, and here is Marco. And when I click go, here is the application. So you can record it. You can listen to the recording. You can share your recording later. And here, the main thing, it is start. Psychology. My granddaughter wanted to become a psychologist, and I told her, are you aware that you will always deal with very difficult people? It's a very difficult profession. You should be prepared. It's not easy. And to be a psychologist, you have to know so much about everything, which is not taught in medical school, blah, blah, blah. I bought an oil spray today. It's very interesting. You just put the oil there, press the button a few times, and it sprays oil. For my wife, it was a discovery. So simple, and you can spray now any type of oil. It's great. Food is very important to our health. Unfortunately, the development of fast food in the United States ruined health of millions and millions of people, and they are not aware of it. What you eat creates your brain, creates your power, creates your immunity, and although it is so logical, simple, and a few people understand it. Despite very high income, many people are miserable. They are in anxiety, in fear, because income does not create happiness. Happiness is how you process information, how you look at the world. Are you giving or are you taking? Etc., blah, blah, blah. What is important, keep in mind that you do it for about 15 minutes. It's nearly the same time as yours. At this time, you will see about 50, 60 words on the screen, randomly selected. If you don't know the word income, you click the button and the next word appears, and that word, if you click it immediately, will be counted as unknown. What that means is it's an additional feature which your test doesn't have. We can measure active vocabulary of students. And beginners will have first maybe 30-40%, and then it will increase, but we can measure it quantitatively. If now you see how it works and how it uses different characteristics of subconscious processing, you understand how powerful our MVP would be. You understand it? Now, one thing that you said that you measure only oral fluency. I don't know. Do you know the company ETS? American company, the company who invented the IELTS standardized testing, the most important testing in the world. And the company is in a very bad shape now because their testing created 70 years ago and has so many brought so many troubles that now many institutions go away from it. So if we'll create something like this and we'll measure fluency, you must understand one thing, and that fluency measurement should never, ever be associated with cognitive abilities. And that's what ETS done 70 years ago. That's why this company is in downfall now. If you have put there a special article, it's called the Kodak failure. And you will see there, I described that this company and all standardized testing are going down because the future is with oral testing. Because we need separate cognitive abilities, which are not important on one simple reason. Because every person has a different cognitive ability. And it doesn't matter, because what matters is his ability to speak automatically. Because some of them will become laborers, some of them technicians, some of them medical doctors, attorneys, etc., 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 artists, and everybody needs a different cognitive ability. To measure cognitive ability is a crime. I repeat it, is a crime, because it puts people into different categories. It's a discrimination. We need to create such a testing which will only measure their fluency and their ability to speak automatically. And if you need any other skills, please do it in separate testing for those skills, because every profession requires different skills. One more thing. If we talk about intelligibility, what is most important for intelligibility? Give me the answer. Unmute your phone and give me the answer. Which skill is most important for intelligibility?
The speaking.
Huh?
Could be the speaking, you mean?
Intelligibility. You know what is intelligibility? Most teachers answer that question wrong. They say that to have high intelligibility, students should learn pronunciation, grammar, sentence structure, have fluency, etc., etc. It's wrong, and it was scientifically proven many times. The most remarkable is Purdue University study. They have shown that fluency determines intelligibility. Not your pronunciation, not your grammar, but only fluency. And that's why you said oral fluency, and you mentioned that maybe we need some other types of fluency. We don't, because all other types of fluency is measuring not fluency, but all the other types of cognitive ability skills. It's different. You can work on it or not. It's a partial or private matter. If we talk about language industry and English proficiency in the world, we must understand that fluency is the main criterion of intelligibility. Keep also in mind that for people speaking English in the world, assume you watch 4 people randomly selected, who speak English in the world. Do you know that 3 of them are non-native speakers and only 1 of them native speaker? Non-native speakers will have their pronunciation different. They will have a different level of grammar knowledge. And by the way, do you know the difference between formal grammar and intuitive grammar?
It froze a little bit. Could you repeat? Froze a little bit there.
Have you ever used the concept intuitive grammar?
No.
You didn't, right? Because you use conscious learning. Now, I will explain, I forgot about this main difference between iBot and FlexG, that iBot trains intuitive grammar subconsciously. Native speakers don't know grammar. Children don't know grammar. They don't know pronunciation. They speak automatically because grammar for them is intuitive. It acts like a feeling. I remember I came to the United States 36 years ago, as I mentioned, and when I started working, of course I was a simultaneous interpreter. My English was not perfect, but good enough to work as a scientific editor. And I went to a guy who trained me in that new profession and asked him, how do you know when to use the article the or a? And his answer shocked me. At that time, I didn't understand it, but I understood it later when I developed my system. He said, I use intuitive grammar. It's a feeling. I feel what is right and what is wrong. I don't know. I feel what is right, what is wrong, because your subconscious creates intuitive grammar, which all native users, all native speakers use. They don't know formal grammar. So to learn grammar, it's useless. You cannot remember it. You cannot recall. Even if, imagine that you have learned all grammar rules, it is useless because recall of a grammar, any memory recall, is a very slow process. To produce
Sorry, continue, please.
To produce 2 or 3 words per second, there is no way to use any type of recall. So even if you will recall, even if you will remember formal grammar rules, you cannot use them. It's useless. Do you understand that? Exactly. And by the way, on your website, you write that Fluency Flow will help learners to get rid of their fear of speaking. And I will tell you that is an accurate statement. Fluency Flow would have no impact on their fear of speaking, because fear of speaking is caused by a different phenomenon. It's caused by absence of subconscious training, by absence of the new language speech center in the brain when we speak automatically. Fear of speech will be always with them. And there is another thing. I have published 2 articles on this topic. You can find it on, or I can send to you. To give corrective feedback to learners about their pronunciation. It brings only anxiety, and nothing more. It doesn't help them. Do you know why? Because in pronunciation, 100 muscles in my head, face, neck, shoulders, participate in creation my accent now, my words now. Can we control 100 muscles? No. More than that, if you will show me my mistakes and that I pronounce this word wrong, and this word wrong, I would be even more scared. Corrective feedback is, I try to avoid extreme words, but that is my trouble, because to be very visual, sometimes I use extreme words. It's a criminal act. You should never, ever give corrective feedback. What you should do, as I have shown you in this Flow Speech Fluency Testing, if I will show them that now they speak with fluency of 40 words per minute, and in a month later I will show, it's called implicit feedback. I'll show them their achievement, not explaining why, because you cannot explain English. You cannot consciously learn English. So that's, again, if you want now, I saw that your application was downloaded 10,000 times. It's great because we people, learners, they try to find anything new which will help them. But giving them corrective feedback would not help. Do you understand now? You wouldn't agree with me before presentation, but probably now it becomes logical conclusion that to give corrective feedback is to put them into a wrong space, in a space of despair, because they cannot correct their pronunciation because they cannot remember it. They do not have filters, what is right and what is wrong. They do not have filters, so why to correct? Okay. Okay, Marco, I will record, I've recorded this presentation. I will put it on YouTube and I will give you a link to it. Thank you very, very much, Marco, and I wish all the best. I hope that before you talk to Philip, please watch it again and maybe make some notes so you will be not confused or diffused, because I provided today so much information. All of it is new to you. So you have to organize it somehow in your head before you talk to Philip. So watch it a few times. Yeah.
It's too much to process now.
And process it and let it settle down. Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.